Star Trek Online's Black Friday sale is now live! Star Trek Online's Black Friday sale is live as of today, November 22nd. Wish they had put a date when it was going to end in this article too, but whatever. While the Black Friday sale is live, that means we're going to be getting a Zen charge bonus for 20%, so that means any Zen that you buy on the website, either through PC or for console, that means you're going to be getting an extra 20% Zen on top of your purchase. Everything in the normal Zen store is 25% off. Everything in Mud's Market is going to be 75% off, excluding bundles, because of course they did. The Mud Ship bundles, those are going to be 50% off because they still want those to be stupid overpriced. And the Zen store bundles, those are going to be 35% off. There are also a few new additions to Mud's Market, the first being the Dispersing Nanoprobe Assimilator. That's actually a pretty decent console for EPG builds and just general fun if you like, assimilating enemy starships. Sylvia's Feline Charm, that's the Halloween event from last year. That's the thing that turns you into a cat. I mean, kind of weird and gimmicky, but at the same time, the speed buff that you get from the Feline Chime while you're in the cat mode, that can actually be pretty useful, especially in TFOs with larger maps. And sometimes it's just, nice for getting from one end of a map to another, even on like social zones or the battle zones. So yeah, this one has some nice utility. And the third thing is the Mirror Universe Gagarin Warship, which, not a bad ship, but at the same time, there were plenty of other better ships in the normal sea store, so honestly, if you didn't get the Mirror Warship during the event, I wouldn't bother. You can see here, Mud's Market individual ships are 75% off, but at the same time, that still means most of them are going to be at least $42. Here's the newly added Mirror Universe Gagarin Warship. Like I said, decent ship. I mean, it looks pretty because I've always liked the look of the Gagarin, but I mean, there's a normal C-Store version of the Gagarin too, and the C-Store version is America Worker Battlecruiser, and which means that's going to be better for energy weapon builds, whereas this, it's not full spec, but it does have a Lieutenant Commander command seat and a 4-4 weapons layout, meaning this is going to be really nice for a torpedo build, but at the same time, there are plenty of normal C-Store ships that are also good for torpedo builds. And while the normal C-Store ships are only 25% off, they're still, a much smaller price at only $22.50. If you're wanting recommendations on C-Store ships, I would recommend going to watch my top 10 C-Store ships video that I did earlier this year. Most of that is still pretty valid because they haven't released a lot of new C-Store ships since that video came out. The only addendum I would make to that video is that the Cyclone Intel Patrol Escort is worth looking at. This is a pretty decent ship, full Intel Patrol Escort, so decent for an energy weapon build. It's also got a nice experimental weapon on it, so this is worth a pickup too if you like it, but like I said, you can also look at the video and find some other good options to pick up as well. Ship bundles are at 35% off. I don't know if that includes the legendaries because, well, I own them all, so I really can't see what the price is on them right now, or even if they're available right now, they're just there so I can, reclaim the stuff out of them because I've already purchased them. But yeah, all the other ship bundles, they're on sale for 35% off. Like, that includes the 12th and 13th anniversary bundles. I mean, there's also the flashback bundles, so if you want to get the Cyclone this way, you can too. The ship bundles in Mud's Market are only 50% off because, of course, they are. This really bugs me still. Like, this is still a lot of money for a bunch of ships, and yeah, it's a lot of ships, but odds are you're only going to want, like, one, maybe two of the ships in the bundle, and, I know their reason is, well, then you can pick one of the other things, but who gives a crap about this other stuff? Like, it's more economical to get the upgrade tokens out of the Phoenix store and wait for the Phoenix Prize event. The tech upgrades aren't worth it. It's cheaper to buy that many master keys during a sale, and why would you buy C-Store coupons with this? That's just not worth it at all. It's only 2 of them. But if you're actually wanting to pick up a Muds bundle, then I would definitely recommend the Muds Into Darkness and Beyond choice bundle. There's some really good ships in here, and you get a lot more bang for your buck than you would some of the other bundles because some of these are multiple choice packs. So technically the Kelvin Constitution, the Talaru, and the D4X, those count as one choice pack because those were the different faction options for those ships. Because remember, these ships came out before cross-faction flying ships was a thing, so technically the system considers these one choice pack. So you could get like all 3 of those, plus the Kelvin D7 and the Kelvin, and then either the Vengeance or the Jellyfish. And that's just with the 3-pack. And while the D7 and the Kelvin are virtually the same ship, they were just meant to be like, you know, the Klingon and Federation version of the same ship. The Constitution, the Talaru, and the D4X, those are distinctly different ships, so you're going to have a good variety of stuff to fly. The Fighter Pilot Choice Pack is also worth looking at. Like the Deimos here, it's a pretty decent ship, but it also comes with the Immolating Phaser Lance, which is a very powerful console. So getting that in this Muds Market bundle is the only way you're going to get that on an account unlock. The rest of these are okay, like the what is this, the La Serena, that's a decent ship as well, but I mean, I wouldn't call it like super crazy meta or anything like that. And these other two, they're okay. I mean, I'm not super huge on them, but the Quajon pilot vessel does have some interesting animations to it, which just make it kind of fun. So honestly, if it was with this one, I would pick up these three. The Intel bundle's worth looking at too, but with most of these ships, you're really just buying them for the starship traits that they come with rather than the ships themselves. Like, they're not bad ships. Like, I'm actually rather fond of the Sona battlecruiser and the Cleave ship in terms of just, you know, flying them. They're both Intel battlecruisers. But yeah, you're really, the real value with these two is the traits. So that one, and maybe pick up the Section 31 Science Destroyer ship as well, because that's got a decent trait that deals bonus damage on it as well. There's some decent gear in here if you missed out on any of these events, like the recently added Dispersal Nanoprobe Assimilator. This one's good for a science build and just general fun if you like, you know, assimilating enemy ships. The Imperial Rift set, very good for a science build. Temporal Vortex is pretty good for a science build as well. Corrosive Plasmas, they're pretty nice for a support tank because these weapons have some pretty nice debuffs on them, but at the same time, you can also still get these out of the lockboxes, but this is a good way to just get 6 of them right away without having to worry about it. Most of the rest of these, they make decent budget gear, but I don't know if I'd want to pay, you know, 20 to 30 bucks for them. Like the Prize World console, like this is a good budget console for pretty much any variety of energy weapon build, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd want to pay 20 bucks for it. I also don't know why it says available for me. I definitely didn't buy this out of Muds. I got this through the event, so that's weird. And then there's the ground stuff. Like I said, the Sylvia's Feline Charm, that has some neat utility stuff for the speed buffs you get in the cat mode. The cyclic modulation weaponry, this is really good for doing your endeavors because it's basically a weapon that can cycle through different damage types, but for practical reasons I wouldn't worry about it. The Red Angel suit is a gimmick that is overpriced. Alliance Kittimer bundle, that's just Space Barbie. This does not include the ship. It just includes the uniforms and the Vanity Shield. The ships are in a ship bundle, which are stupid overpriced. I wouldn't even bother with those. The Dino with freaking laser beams attached to its head. This is one of the better ground pets, but it's still not as good as the Alachi Walker. The 2099 outfit. This is, you know, Space Barbie. It's just a costume. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Crystal Barrier. This is a decent ground kit module. Again, I don't know if I'd want to pay 20 bucks for it, but it's, you know, it's worth looking at if you like that sort of gameplay. But yeah, 20 bucks is still a lot for it, in my opinion. The Emancipator outfit. This is the only way to get a top hat in the game, so obviously it is a must-have. And again, like with the space stuff, a lot of this stuff is okay, but I don't know if I'd want to spend this much money on them, especially when I could have gotten them for free from the event. Oh, the EMH Bridge Officer in particular, do not buy this thing out of Muds. You can get it out of the Phoenix store. Sure, it's a single character unlock out of the Phoenix store, but it's still way less expensive than just spending 10 bucks worth of Zen. You can, you know, put that 10 bucks of Zen worth to something else. You know, don't buy this. Ooh, the old expansion packs. Let's go over these two just because these seem like they offer a lot, but you also have to keep in mind how old these bundles are, because like the Legacy of Romulus Legacy pack, this thing is terrible because none of the ships in here are tier 6. Everything in here is T5 or lower, and that's because this bundle came out when Legacy of Romulus launched, which was in 2012. So this bundle is ancient. I really wish they would just remove it outright, because leaving it here just makes it seem like, you know, some player is gonna say like, oh look, a bunch of Romulan ships, and then not realize that they were buying a bunch of worthless ships. Like seriously, this bundle really should be removed and updated with more modern ships. The Delta Operations bundle introduced the first tier 6 ships into the game, so while a lot of these aren't terrible, they're very old and very much showing their age at this point in the game, so I would not bother with this whole bundle. Same with the Temporal bundle. A lot of these are old. Some of these are lower tier ships as well. The only upside to this one is it's the only way to get account unlocks on some of these older TOS style ships. So this is the only way to get those costumes or those consoles on them on account unlock. That includes the M6 console off of the, what was it, the Perseus? Yeah, the Perseus Temporal Escort. That's the only way to get the M6 unlocked on your whole account, but at the same time, that's a lot of money for a console off of a tier 3 ship. I would just, buy individually with dilithium. The Gamma Vanguard pack is still probably one of the better options in here. A lot of good ships in here. Some of them are still only like tier 5, but still a lot of the tier 6 ships, those are pretty good. It's also a good way to get Spiral Wave Disruptors unlocked on your whole account, because you'll have all of the Sea-Store Cardassian ships as well as the tier 5 Galore. For the Discovery Operations bundle, I would have said this was a decent bundle when it first came out, but at this point, I'm pretty about it, largely because, like, the Gagarin and the Kuj are, like, virtually identical ships. Same with the, what was this one? The Shran and the Imchala, those are virtually identical to each other. They're just, the Federation and Klingon versions of the same ship. This is also the only way to get the Tier 4 Walker. Keep in mind, this was the first scaling ship. This was meant to be sort of the test bed to see how scaling ships worked. But for some reason, they only let it scale up to tier 4. So once you get to endgame, this thing is basically useless. And now that all ships are scalable to tier 6, all tier 6 ships are all scalable to tier 6, there's literally no point to this thing whatsoever. It does come with the Giorgio class skin up here, but at the same time, you'll also get that if you get the Legendary Walker, which frankly is a much better ship. One more thing to go over, and that is that Star Trek Infinite's Antares skin promotion is finally live. That got delayed by a day, and we didn't know how we were going to be able to claim this thing, but now we can, because as you can see, it's right here, and oof, I do like this. I mean, the Miranda's already a pretty ship, but at the same time, just this funny pod up here, it just gives the Miranda a different vibe, which is just always fun. Star Trek Infinite did post instructions on how to claim the Antares skin today. First thing you gotta do is make sure you have an account on Paradox, and then link that account to your Steam account. Then go to your Paradox account and go to the Campaigns tab, which was a pain in the butt to find, and then you'll be able to claim your promo code from there, and then you just go to the Arc Redemption site and enter the code there like you would any other Star Trek promotion code. Star Trek Online promotion code, I should say. I'll link this in the video's description so you can find it easily yourself, and I'll also do a link to the Campaigns tab for the account page, because like I said, that was a pain in the butt to find, so I'll save you guys a headache and just link that as well. Oh, I should also point out that the claiming the Antares is a PC-only thing. Sorry, console players, but again, this isn't that much of a surprise given that Star Trek Infinite is a PC game. Hopefully the Antares becomes available on consoles in some other way, but for now, the Antares skin is only going to be available on PC. Oh, and like I said in the last video, you do have to own Star Trek Infinite in order to claim the Antares skin. I don't think I said that in this video. The upside is that the Star Trek Infinite team did confirm that there is no time limit to this promotion. You'll be able to go in and claim this code whenever you buy Star Trek Infinite. So don't feel like you have to go out and rush and get Star Trek Infinite right now. Just, you got time, don't worry. That said, Star Trek Infinite is on sale right now for Black Friday, so if you're thinking about picking it up, now is actually a good time to do it. So yeah, the Black Friday sale is on! Go forth and embrace consumerism. Or don't. It's your money. I can't tell you what to do with it. Anyway, let me know what you guys are thinking about picking up for the Black Friday sale, if you are picking up anything at all. I might pick up the Flashback bundle. I said I was going to when it first was announced, and then I decided not to. I'm still on the fence about it, so I might pick that up, but we'll see how much cash I have. Yeah, but while you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. If you'd like to further support the channel, you can hit that join button to become a member, or hit the super thanks button, or hit the merch store link in the video's description. If you're ever shopping on the Epic Game Store, be sure to use my content creator code STU1701. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help me out, and I do appreciate that. That is Epic creator code STU1701. Either way, though, thank you so much for watching. My name's Stu, and I will see you guys next time.